Hello, everyone. So I am about an hour and 17 minutes late, but I'm here. So we'll let folks get on and then we will get started. I have been busy putting together a report that will air tomorrow on CBS This Morning, and I'm really anxious for you all to see it. So let's let some folks get on. By the way, we're doing this Instagram Live on a brand new phone. I got a new company phone today, so I hope the camera is as crystal clear as it can get. So welcome to everyone. It is 9:17 here in New York. I am delayed. We usually do this at 8 o'clock each night, but we're doing it now because I've been working on a report that airs tomorrow on CBS This Morning. And I really hope that you either tune in to see it live or you check the social media after the fact, because I don't think there's been anything on television quite like it since the coronavirus crisis started. You are going to hear from a doctor on the front line of the crisis in Chicago, so much so that the interview I did with him, he's sitting literally in the emergency department. Sitting in the emergency department. His candor, the stories he tells, the humanity that he brings is incredible. And while we were actually conducting the interview, somebody walked up to him and said, "We have a suspected COVID coming in." And it was someone in cardiac arrest. And I'll let the rest of the story reveal what happened, but it was just an incredible interview. So it airs tomorrow, CBS This Morning, and again, I hope you tune in. But that is the reason I'm delayed, and we are ready to get started for our new normal town hall. So welcome to all of you. If it's your first time, welcome. If you're back, we're glad to have you. Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah! I can't believe it.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, David?
I am well. What's your name?
My name is Cynthia. This is my son, Roman. Say hi, Roman.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, he's precious.
Hey.
So
Thank you.
where are you in the world?
Well, right now I'm in Florida.
Okay.
Right now I'm in Florida. I was in New York up until I left on Saturday, and I came to Florida because I needed to get away because I was working constantly, and I didn't want to bring home whatever was at my job.
We can't see you, love. That's better.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to bring what was at my job to my house.
Okay.
My father just recently had spinal surgery, and then my mom is kind of hard-headed, and she didn't want to, she keeps going out and all that stuff. I'm like, "Ma, please stay in the house." So then, I work for my father, and I was hitting you up when you were doing the live interviews while I was at work to tell you I'm here, I'm in my job, And we have, it's a business that we supply basically water. We have water, paper towels, all that stuff, toilet paper. But then it came to a point where we had no more toilet paper. We had no more toilet paper, no more water. We were running out. And then we didn't have people coming in doing shipments, So, we had to cut it off for like a week and regroup and then see where we go from there now,
Tell me, did you have trouble? We lost her? Yep. No. Honey, are you there?
Hello, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay, so did you have trouble getting to New York? Because the governor's trying to quarantine people coming from New York for 14 days right away.
Yeah, okay. Coming from Newark or New York to Florida, as soon as we were getting on the plane, they gave us these papers to fill out, and it needed our address, where we were going to stay, how long, once we get here for 14 days, we need to be quarantined. We cannot socialize with anybody. We have to stay here. And that they were going to come and check if we were in the house. So
have they come yet?
No, they have not. And we've been here the whole time. The only time we'll go out is if we're going to get something to eat, some supplies, or for the most part, we just order food while we're here,
Very interesting. Well, yeah. Thank you for an account from Florida. I've been wanting to hear from someone who had to sign that document. So that's interesting.
Yes. So I signed it, and then when we were coming out the plane, hold on a second, Puppy. When we were coming out the plane, we just put it in a bucket, and that was it. And then there was a guy, I think, from the National Guard there,
Right.
and somebody dressed in like a doctor or nurse's outfit, and then other people from JetBlue, and we were dressed as Spider-Man. I was Gwen Stacy, and he was Miles Morales. So, like the whole time we had the masks on, on the flight, and everybody would look at us weird, but then we're like, they know why I was doing it, for him, because this is our new normal now. You know what I mean? And I don't want him to be afraid, and I want him to see I'm doing the same thing. Just cover your mouth, your face, don't touch anything. And
Now, if you're in quarantine for 14 days
Mhm.
at the request or really the order of the state, are you
Mhm.
allowed to go out and get groceries?
I'm not sure. It didn't say that, but for the most part, what we do is we order food to come here. So they have supermarkets and stuff that they have their apps. Look, Godzilla. They have their apps that you can order and they'll deliver it. They'll drop it at the door. You just tell them to leave it at the door. And
Right,
that's it.
right.
So for the most part, we're here. And by the way, thank you so much for everything you've done for Puerto Rico. I know you get it all the time. We love you from the bottom of our hearts. You are truly one of us, and
Thank you.
a human being, and it is seen through, who you
Thank
are.
you. Thank you.
Hold on.
Please stay inside, love.
Oh yeah, no, always. Say hi. Say bye, Mom.
Looks like her internet signal cut out just at the end. Okay, let's see. There was an earthquake in Idaho. I don't know if you guys heard. A pretty big one. I think something like 6.4.
Hey David, what's going on?
Hi there. What's your name?
Santiago, how you doing?
Hey, it's Santiago.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Where are you in the world?
I'm here in Florida. I'm here in Broward County.
Broward County. Okay, tell me about your new normal.
Well, everything looks pretty, my wife is very mad at me. I'm not gonna lie to you because, I still go out at the parks. I go for some runs. I'm a trainer. I work for Conquer Fitness Studio. It's my gym. But around the whole entire city, you still see a lot of people outside and everything. I was told from a client, well, what I've been doing a lot is go out live on Facebook and Instagram to, teach my classes, stay active with my clients and everything. But when you go outside, you still, have a lot of people walking around, trying to stay active. One of my clients, they tell me that she has a family in New York that wants to bring her here. But, of course, the whole situation right now, I think it's getting hard. And I think what I was told from her is that airplanes and, all the stuff, airlines are stopping the way, here in Florida. Everything here looks pretty good. I think we're trying to do our job as Floridians or as people here living here to do our, job and help each other to either, stay home or, do our best job that we can do here. It's not easy. I'm not gonna tell you it's not easy because especially here with the weather. That's
Right.
One thing here, weather. Once we want to go outside and everything. Like I told you, my wife is like, you still going out and everything. I just gotta go out from my cardio. I need to refresh my mind and not be stuck in a place like in my house 24 hours.
So, well, I don't have to ask you because your wife already asks you. So it's the same question. Like you're in a really hot spot, right? And you're in a state that has more elderly people than anywhere else in the country. Higher population of elderly than anywhere else in the country.
Right.
It's getting bad in Florida. But you're still going out. I certainly I'm not here to fuss at you, but I can see some people in the comments like, why is he going out? Why is he going? And your wife is asking you that.
Well, I actually, where I live, I can still, go around my block and everything and, walk around. I get what you're saying. I also have a child here that, it's, it's very hard for him to, get to a point where you're like, what do you do? I know our job is to stay inside and everything. But once again, the weather is, it's great outside and you just gotta, we protect ourselves. We keep our distance with people and we're just walking outside like, in our neighborhood and everything. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Listen, I understand. And I have gone outside to exercise. The governor says we can go outside to exercise. I don't go around anyone.
Right.
But the times that I don't like go near people, and I take the dog out to use the restroom, but that's like 5 feet from my door and then I come right back in. So
Right.
I hear you. But Try to limit it as much as you can. We're
Right.
responsible to each other, you know? We're
Absolutely. Yeah,
responsible
no,
to each other.
sure.
So, okay, thank you, and nice to talk to you from Broward County. Where are you in Broward?
I'm here, Market.
Okay, I used to live in Coral Springs.
Oh, nice.
I
What place?
know, so random. What?
Well, my whole family was, used to be in Coral Springs too.
Mm,
My wife family and everything.
random. Well, Santiago, nice to meet you.
Take care, my brother. Thank you.
Have a wonderful night. Good night. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine.
You were in the light, but now you're in the dark.
Yes. Let me see. Now I'm in the light.
Okay.
Yeah. So my new normal is working from home.
Your
So
signal is breaking up just a little. Your signal's breaking up just a little bit, love. What's your name?
Beatrice
Beatrice. Okay. And where are you in the world?
in San Juan.
Okay. All right. So what is your new normal?
Yes, working from home. I'm in HR, so I usually work at the office a lot of hours, but now the new normal is working from 8 to 5 usually.
Okay. And you're doing it from home.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yes, we
All
have the
right.
capability to live from home.
Okay. All right.
That's an eye opener for employers in Puerto Rico because they used to be more conservative for people working from home.
What do you mean by more conservative?
That not necessarily all employers think that everybody can work from home.
Right. They think you're just being lazy and you're not going to work.
Uh-huh. That's
Right.
one of the thinking.
Right. I wonder, do you think your company may rethink that going forward? And do you think they may start having people work from home?
Yes, they did have before, but not as many as now. And it will be a change as part of this experience.
I think you're right. I really think you're right, Beatrice. What kind of work do you do? What profession? I know you do HR, but for what type of company?
Yes, I financial services. I do
Okay.
compensation.
Okay. But don't you think somebody like you're a perfect example. You could work from home.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, but you could do it permanently.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And before it wasn't allowed, and I do think that they will rethink after this.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're
Yeah.
right. Well, how's the
And
weather? How's the weather in beautiful old Puerto Rico?
oh, the weather is fine, and I have a view to a yunque, so it's fine. You will be
You
jealous.
you are lucky.
Yes, I don't know if you could see the lights from here. Let me see. You will see the part of the airport.
I see lights.
You
I don't
will
know
see the
what
you
the
will see
lights
the,
are, but I see lights.
yeah, you can see it in the night, but the view is to a yunque and to the airport.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got a
And as
nice
far
little view there, Beatrice.
yes, and as
You got
far
a
as
nice
the new
view.
normal,
Well, thank you for
I'm
sharing your
used
new
to it.
norm. Thank you for sharing your new normal from San Juan.
Yeah, you too. My
Have a
sister is
good night.
connected. My sister is connected, and she's a teacher working from
I
home
see
and
I
doing.
see her commenting below.
Yeah, she's trying to from you to bring her in because she's doing their teaching classes online.
Okay. Well,
She's a teacher in elementary school.
I'll try and bring her in.
Okay,
Have a
bye.
good night.
Thanks for.
Hi, David.
Hello, what is your name?
Alba. I'm with my daughter. I'm sorry. Say hi, Chloe.
Oh, hi, sweetheart. Aren't you cute?
How's everything? We're still
Everything.
working.
Okay.
Look at David. Come here. Oh my God. Hi. David,
Hi.
that's my mom. We love you. And
Hi.
everything you do for Puerto Rico.
You know what's amazing? You guys look like you could be sisters.
Oh, thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you. My
So
mom is, oh, well, my mom is 52 and I'm 26 and the baby's 1.
the baby's 1. She's so cute. Tell me where y'all are in Puerto Rico.
No, we're not in Puerto Rico. We're from Aguadilla, but we're here in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, you're in Brooklyn. You're in my kind of neighborhood. Ish. You're in New York City. Well, great.
Yes. My new normal is I'm taking rotations at work. I work for Catholic Charities. I don't know if you heard about them. Catholic Charities and Geralman by Court Street. So I work in the walk-in center. So the walk-in center, we help people with rental assistance, Connecticut, National Grid, to avoid evictions. But it's been lately slow because of everything that's going on. Yeah, and we can't see clients because of the virus. But we're doing intakes over the phone for people that need rental assistance. My new normal is working from home. And also being in the office.
Can I ask you a question? So you work with people who are homeless, right?
Correct. Homeless, shelters, even people that are readily going through situations where they are behind in their rent for whatever crisis, if a family member died or anything.
Right. Where are the people who are homeless living right now? I've wondered that. Where are they going?
And a lot of them honestly have been in the MTA shelter, in the MTAs, in transit. And a lot of shelters are open, but it's a lot of people have been in the street lately because they don't want to go into the shelters due to the fact that the virus is like all around spread.
Yeah, look, I thought about that the other day. We tell people go inside, stay inside, and there's some people who don't have a go inside to go to.
Yes, and we deal with all those people because we also do food pantries for those who are in need of food, and is on Thursdays and is in 191 Geralman. If anyone is in Brooklyn and Queens that need food, we provide food in Catholic Charities for people who are in need as of food that don't have income, food stamps, and it's hard to get it here in New York, depending on people's situations.
So you, mom, and the baby are okay?
Yes. Thank you. We're very excited. I went to Hurricane Maria. I went to Aguadilla. I was working for Family Services of New York here in Bushwick in Brooklyn, and we donated and we flew out to Puerto Rico. I planned the trip with the director, and we was over there. My family owns the Paterillo Rios in Aguadilla in Calle Jose Diego? Yeah, Jose Diego by Rompeoras, and we donated and we distributed to the community from there. I was trying to contact you, but it was so hard to get through you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
While we're talking, people are telling me that some hospital in the Bronx is on fire.
Yes, I just saw that on live right now. A hospital was burning in the Bronx. I don't know how true is it because I haven't seen the news. I'm supposed to put the baby to sleep, but I've been every night watching you and trying to get through.
Well, thank you, love. I'm trying to see. Let me see if CBS New York has anything.
Are you working in CBS here on 53rd and 6th Avenue? Is that your permanent location?
I work for the national news, not the local news.
Okay.
But we're on the west side of Manhattan.
Oh, okay, yes. I used to do Starbucks as well on 53rd and 6th, and the CBS building is there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do a little everything, helping the community, being a barista, being a mom.
Absolutely. Listen, I heard Starbucks was open in China after everything that went on there. I think they had reopened the Starbucks, and I thought, oh, people must be happy.
It could be true, but I know now they had been given paid 2 weeks to all the employees, including managers, 2 weeks off until everything gets better. I don't know how true it is, honestly, but hopefully everything will get back to normal. It's been,
I hope so too.
you know, difficult. And I take the train to work, and sometimes it's really bad because there's a lot of homelessness in the trains, and we don't know what they have, and they're just coughing and spitting on the train.
Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. I may have missed this. You're still going to work. You're not working from home.
Yes. So we have been open, and they just provided us with tablets, iPads to rotate staff. So I'm an intake specialist. So now it should be the front desk, a management, and an intake specialist. And we're rotating staff and working from home. So like tomorrow I'm off from the office, but I work from the iPad. And
Gosh,
then
I wish
Thursday, I have to go to the office.
I wish you didn't have to take the train right now, you know?
Yes, I take the train. I don't drive at the moment. And I'm on the 3 and the 4. In Brooklyn and Utica to Borough Hall, so it's a little hectic on the train. But I wear gloves, I cover myself. Every time I come home, I put, you know, Lysol, take a bath. My mom is, you know, on it.
Oh, I bet. Well, listen, let me thank you both for joining us. Nice to meet you.
Of
And
course.
the baby's beautiful.
Forward to meeting you.
Thank you.
Say bye. Say bye to David. Bye.
Bye, sweet. Oh, she's so cute. So cute. All right, y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
You too.
All right, so I'm looking here, and it says, CBS 2 here in New York is reporting. I thought they were reporting a fire. Where are y'all seeing something about a fire? I'm not. Who is reporting this? Yeah, I know you say Bronx, Lebanon is on fire. I get that, but who's reporting that? Bronx, Lebanon Hospital. Who's saying that, folks? Okay, so I'm looking at some video. Okay, so I'm looking at some video. It's a lot of fire engines. All right, so I'm only seeing one. My coworker in the ambulance is parked in front of Bronx, Lebanon. Okay, so there's another video which appears to show an apartment building. This appears to show the apartment building. Again, here's why we got to be careful. Here's why we got to be careful. This looks to be an apartment building in front of Bronx, Lebanon. In front of Bronx, Lebanon, that's on fire. What I'm looking at is an apartment building. It's not a hospital. It may be right near the hospital, but it's not the hospital. I'm looking at video from a woman who says this is from her coworker who is an ambulance driver who is parked in front of the hospital. Just FYI. Just FYI.
Hey,
Hello, what is your name?
Jillian.
Hi, Jillian. Where are you in the world?
I am in Laga Vista, Texas.
Okay, where is that?
North of Lake Travis.
Oh,
Hill
okay.
country.
You're by Austin.
But boo, I'm from the 337. I'm your Katie McCormick's twin.
Wait a minute. Is it, what's her last name?
McCormick. Remember you went to elementary school with her?
Did I just talk to her on Instagram?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that what
you
you're
did,
saying?
boo. Just like all the other people you've been talking to several times.
Well, wait a minute. I talked to two girls. I talked to one that I grew up nearby, and then I talked to one that I actually went to elementary school with.
You
I think
did. That's her. That's my best friend.
That's your best friend. Okay.
That's my baby. That's the little boo-boo, little Lonnie. That's the godchild. Like,
where did you go? Where did you go to school?
I went to Cathedral Carmel, and then I went to St. Thomas More.
Okay, got it. And so, what brought you north of Lake Travis?
My husband was deployed 2 years ago, active duty, military, been in for 30 years.
Wow. Okay, so this is a big old new normal conversation. So what's your new normal?
My new normal is I finished at university at Loserville, as my husband called it. It's not Loserville. It's ULL, right?
ULL.
Just because he went to University of Michigan and like it's the best of the best.
He's jealous.
Right?
He's jealous. That's all right.
He's jealous. He hating on them Cajuns. So my new normal is trying to wake up at the crack of dawn. Yeah, I'm drinking, sir, Mr. Alex, 73. My new normal is waking up in the morning, making sure that I'm on a guided schedule. Because schedule is everything, right? Because like if you're not on a guided schedule, these kids are like, what is going on? You know, like.
How many kids do you have?
I have 5 total.
Wow.
I have a 22-year-old that's going to be 22 in June. I have a 20-year-old that goes to Tulane. Yes, I do, Matthew. I have an 18-year-old. I have a 15-year-old that's about to turn 15 April the 5th, and then I have a 6-year-old. So
yeah, that's
like
that sounds like a lot.
That sounds awful, right?
So are they going to school? Like are you now homeschooling them?
I'm homeschooling the kindergarten.
Okay.
But Gabby, she's at Tulane, and so like Tulane like canceled school long time ago. Because like Mardi Gras happened, and like Mardi Gras was like, oh, we having so much fun. Everybody got that Rona. What's the rap song, Gabby?
Well, and now you have a lot of it. You have a lot of it there. Well, I couldn't imagine teaching kindergarten, so I tip my hat to you. And nice to. I think this is the first time we haven't met in the past, right?
Yeah, we have, David.
Where did we meet in the past?
At Turling's at a football game.
Oh, we met at a football game. Okay. Well, your memory's a lot better than mine because I didn't go to a ton of football games. So you have a good memory. What is your married name now?
Jillian Edwards Coburn.
Got it. Well, nice to connect with by the way, did you keep your 337 number like I did?
No, I changed it when you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it online right now because it doesn't pertain to Corona. But yeah.
No more 337.
Look up Jillian Coburn and Catherine Thibodeau, and you'll know what's going on in the dirty South.
There you go.
That dirty. Look, when in doubt, pop a pill out. When in doubt, pop a drink out.
Well, have a wonderful night. I'm glad you joined us.
David, create an amazing night and keep making people happy because you're doing a great job.
Thank you, love. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, darling.
Bye-bye. My people love to have fun. I'll tell you that. One thing about Cajun folks is they know how to have fun, no matter where they are. They could be by themselves and they'll have fun. Hello. Hi. What is your name?
Jen from Long Island, New York.
Okay. And what is your new normal?
My new normal is virtual teaching, doing it right now. I teach 4th graders and taking care of my 2 children at home, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and my husband who's also working from home.
Sounds like a crowded house.
It is, but we're managing. We've been in the house for 3 weeks, haven't left, doing our job to stay safe and to keep others safe. And that's why I reached out to you tonight. I am so concerned about the lack of what we're doing here in New York, and the numbers are growing and things are getting worse. I'm watching all the reports and I'm so concerned.
You don't think it's enough?
I don't think we're doing enough. I think we need to do stricter, do more. And
what would stricter look like for you?
I go back to Hurricane Sandy days. We were in an area that was severely affected by Hurricane Sandy, and we put in martial law, and we only had essential workers on the roads. We only had, 7-Elevens opened and very few places for essential workers to get food, and gas stations. And I think we need to lock it down. I see people out, the roads are packed, people are out here on the island all over, and it needs to be enforced.
Look, I mean, one of the only places that seems to be enforcing it in terms of arresting people is Puerto Rico. And today, Florida arrested a pastor and Louisiana arrested a pastor, but both of those pastors refused to not have people gather, and they held church service, and so they were arrested. Most other people like New York and everybody else is just saying, I need you to abide by the honor system, and, I'm looking out my window, and you know what I see? The U.S. naval ship Comfort. Like, I'm looking at it right now. Okay. That's how close I live to where it's docked. And when it pulled into the dock here yesterday, there had to have been 500 people that all showed up to take a picture, and they were like this. And it was like people, like the irony of seeing all these people go to take a picture, and the ship is here because of the situation.
Right.
Yeah. So
it's just, it's blowing my mind. And I watch all the news reports. I'm trying to stay up on it. And I'm just so surprised that we're not doing more to keep those numbers down. I know that we're trying to be on the honor system, but we're not doing more. And when people do go out to the stores, they are with essential workers who are on that front line. They shouldn't be out.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. I don't know what the answer is, and I certainly am not the one to put into place new laws, but I don't get the sense that the governor of New York is going to crack down any more than he has.
No. But I appreciate everything you're doing and reporting everything from everywhere, because I hope everyone that's watching can learn from us. I hate that we're the model, but I hope that people can learn from us.
Hey, listen, I'll leave you with this thought. As a teacher, you know how when you have a troublemaker in the class, let me tell you one of the most effective things that ever happened to me. I was 17 years old. I was in my senior class. There was a young man who was acting out and wouldn't stop. My teacher stopped the class. She told us all to close our books, and she looked at the individual and she said, everyone, Jake needs some attention. So let's give him the attention he needs. And of course, he shriveled like a prune. He felt humiliated. And it was a way of teaching a lesson without raising her voice, being derogatory or something like that. I think it's incumbent upon us. I'm not into shaming other people, but I do think it's incumbent upon us to hold our neighbors accountable. So I think you and I having this conversation tonight, I hope it means something to someone. I hope maybe that someone thinking about going outside tomorrow maybe decides to order in instead, or maybe decides to do their workout inside instead. Okay. So I don't like to call names. I don't like to shame people, but I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, love. Have a good night.
Yes, you too.
So many teachers on here. I love that we get teachers all over the place. Always hearing from teachers. I love that.
Hi, David.
Hi.
Let me turn on the light. Let me turn on the light again. How are you doing?
I'm good. Have we spoken before? Oh, we did talk before.
Yes. That I told you that I was taking care of my father, so we spoke to each other. I think it was last Thursday. Then on Friday night, we both started to feel like not so good. Then we went yesterday to the medical center here in Puerto Rico, and we got tested for influenza A and B. mycoplasma and also the COVID. So today they called me. My father, thank God, came back negative for influenza and mycoplasma. In my case, I came negative for influenza, but positive for mycoplasma. And now I have to deal with him because I have, even though that I told you that he has Alzheimer's, I have to keep my distance from him because I don't want him to get my mycoplasma. And we are still waiting for the COVID. They told me that they will call me maybe the results are going to be maybe Thursday. So this is really hard. And sometimes you just take a look from the outside, but when it hits you, like for example, mycoplasma, I know it's nothing really big, but in my case, it's big because I am dealing with him. And this is not easy. It's not easy.
Is there medication that they're treating you with for the mycoplasma?
Yes, today they gave me, where are my pills? They called me and they told me to go to the pharmacy and they gave me, I don't know if you can read this.
Yeah, azithromycin.
Yeah, so they gave me this. I took today the first one and there are 3 pills. So
and you both were tested. You both were tested for coronavirus?
Yes, for the 3 of them yesterday, yes. And today they called me. Yeah, so I have to wait. We have to wait till Thursday to get the results. Hopefully, they will be negative. But I really hope that my father, that he's 88 and he has Alzheimer's, came out negative. If I have it, I had it. I have nothing to do. But this is not easy. I don't know. This is really hard. It's really hard when it touches you.
I hear you, love. I hear you. Well, thanks for the update. Let us know when the results come back for the COVID.
I will. Thank you so much again. Have a good night.
Of course, love. You too. Good night.
Good night. Bye.
On the island of Puerto Rico, they've had a real problem with mycoplasma lately. There have been a lot of cases of mycoplasma, people being hospitalized with that.
Hi, David.
Hi, what's your name?
Maria. I'm from Chicago.
Okay. What's your new normal?
In the house, trying to exercise, take care of my 78-year-old mom, worrying about my people in Puerto Rico. And I had a talk with a friend of mine that lives in St. Louis, works for St. Mercy Hospital. And I asked her how she was holding up. She said that she's doing the best she can, but the mask that they're given, she has to wear it for at least 3 days in a row.
I talked to a doctor tonight in Chicago who's been using an N95 mask for the past 3 days. He puts it in a brown paper bag and he puts it on top of his locker at work before he goes home. So listen, you got to watch this story I'm doing tomorrow morning on CBS This Morning. They started a GoFundMe page. This is at Mount Sinai on the west side of Chicago.
Okay.
They started a GoFundMe page and people started giving money so they could buy masks for the staff. And they are using like industrial respirators. They're using hockey-looking masks. I mean,
whatever they can get. Yeah.
Whatever they can get. One guy had a bandana in his pocket, and he was like, "This is proof that the government has let me down because the CDC told me that I can use a bandana." So yeah, that's. I'm not shocked. That's happening all over the country.
I'm still so dumbfounded that the federal government wasn't prepared for something like this. I'm shocked. But, you know, we got to pray. We got to stick together. I did go to Tony's yesterday, which is like a...
What is Tony's?
It's a grocery store where you can get your Spanish products, like my Puerto Rican products for mom.
Yeah.
And because they don't deliver. But I went with a mask and gloves, and I did all the precautions. And I got a little bit of anxiety because I was amazed at the amount of people and workers that were not protected, or they didn't seem as worried. So I was like, what is it gonna take, you know? Like
I've said before, I think for some people to get it, they're gonna have to be affected by it. For some people to get it, they're gonna have to have a family member get sick. They're gonna have to get, you know, it's You can only say so much. You can. I mean, the news is that's all the news is about. I don't know how much. I don't know.
You're not watching it, or
I don't know how much more we can do to get people to get it. So.
Well, I appreciate you.
Well, thank you, and thank you for joining us from Chicago. Somebody said I miss Tony's. I used to go to the one on Central by Fullerton.
Yeah. And you find all your nice little Puerto Rican products. A taste of home.
I taste of home. Have a good night, love.
You too. God bless you.
Bye-bye, Maria. God bless you too. And listen, I'm all about prayer. I'm a prayerful person, but I have to be honest with you. When it comes to the federal government, at this point, I'd like results and not just people praying. Praying is great, but let's actually get some action too. At some point, I think the good Lord would look at people and go, stop using me and get off your ass and make a difference.
Hi, David.
Hi.
Hi. We've spoken before.
Okay.
I'm from Puerto Rico, from Aguadilla.
Aguadilla, do you have an update?
Yes. The government is doing a good job here, I have to say. She's strong. Curfew now is at 7. She ain't playing. She is not playing. I have to admit that I'm grateful because I have family in New York, and they said the same thing like the lady before. People are walking around like if nothing. So it's scary. Over here it's so quiet. You can even hear the crickets. You can hear not too many cookies because they haven't rained in days, but it's so quiet. It's kind of eerie, but it's peaceful, where I'm grateful we're locked in. I haven't been out. I don't intend to go out. I have food for another 7 days. And now the plates are one day yes, one day no. I'm not taking a chance because it's scary. But over here, people are trying to stay put. She's giving tickets out already. We already heard that there's a couple of people that have been stopped and given the tickets because they think, we can get away with it. But she's not playing. I'm grateful for that. Very grateful.
I get the sense that the people following the rules the best are the Puerto Ricans. Compared to anybody else in the States, I think the Puerto Ricans are following the rules better.
I think that everybody here, the count is so low that everybody realized that no matter what she's doing is the correct thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing. let me just give you a little bit of context to that. The count is low because they're doing very little testing. No, they're doing very little testing. So you have to be mindful that sure the count is low, but if you're not testing, then you don't know what the count really is. So, I mean, I talked to the health secretary today, and as soon as I get off here, I'm about to post an interview with him. He has been very disappointed with the number of testing they've been doing and the contact tracing. You know what that means? As soon as they find someone who's positive, then they go and they find out who they were around. You know how much contact tracing Puerto Rico has been doing?
Oh my God, zero.
Hardly any.
I know.
I'm not trying to worry you. All I'm saying is be careful when you say, oh yeah, we have very low cases, very few.
No, but that's the reason. But I do agree with you because I think that's why they're saying that, because a lot of people are listening. And I think that the reason is because I think if they would have lifted the curfew, we would be in trouble in the next couple of days.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
Trouble because people are going haywires in the house. Nobody wants to stay home.
Yep.
They're bored. The malls are closed. But I was grateful that she extended it for that reason, because I think that once they lift it, everybody's going to run out. And that's when we're going to get those numbers are going to jump.
Yeah. Well, thank you for updating us with that.
Thank you. Take care of yourself. Take care.
You too, love. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
All right. We probably have time for one more, I'm thinking. I think we probably have time for one more. Because I'm looking at the clock. What time did I come on? 9:07 or 9:08? I think I came on at 9:08. Hi, what's your name?
Molly, and I live in Puyallup, Washington.
Oh, in Washington State.
Yes, I am from Puerto Rico as well, but I do live.
Tell us about your new normal.
Well, I am an essential worker. I do work for the pharmacy, and so my normal is going to work and coming home.
Do you have masks?
We do, but we don't really wear them.
Because
like at our pharmacy.
Why?
I don't know. We have it.
No, I just asked because if I would wear a mask anywhere, it'd be at the pharmacy where sick people would be coming, right?
Right. But we're constantly sanitizing. We're always wiping everything down, and the drive-thru has been used like so much. It's constantly being used, and so I don't know. What? Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so you don't wear a mask. Okay, all right. And otherwise, I mean, you're an essential worker, so you're going to work. So otherwise, you feel safe? You okay?
I do feel safe. I'm not worried. Yeah, I'm scared to get it, but at the same time, I can't live scared. I can't live that way.
I get that. Well, listen, thank God the pharmacies are open. People still need medicine. So, but I don't know, if I were you, I think I'd be wearing a mask.
Yes.
I think I'd be wearing, but that's just me. I'm not telling you what to do. Well, Molly, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for everything you're doing for us.
Thank you. And it's spelled M-A-L-I?
Yeah, it's Mali. But
Mali.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you, love.
Nice to meet you.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if I worked at the pharmacy, you'd see me with a mask on. I mean, look, it's a personal preference thing, but I think I'd be wearing a mask. Okay, Kevin from New Orleans. I can tell he wants to come in and update us.
Hey, David.
I guess you have an update.
Oh, my God. It's real here. First of all, that girl better wear a mask. She's crazy.
Well, let's be nice, but if it was me, I'd be wearing a mask. That's okay.
God have mercy. Oh, my God. All right, so
yes,
we spoke last week, I have reconnected with a friend of 25 years. We worked together at a local hospital. He's a hospital medicine physician at a big hospital here.
Okay.
He works 10 days off, 4 days off. 10 days on, 4 days off, taking care of nothing but COVID patients that are in the ICU. Most are on the vent. When they go on the vent, they never come off. They're that sick. And that's just one hospital of about a dozen in this system. And and they are desperate for PPE. They're desperate for ventilators. They're desperate for everything. And that's why the first thing I said was that woman better wear a mask. If she's taking care of people, she's going to get it. If she doesn't have it already, she will. So I guess when we spoke last, I was like, oh yeah, maybe it'll happen, maybe not. I probably had it when I got back from Italy, which I'm pretty sure I did. I think the good thing is that I have an immunity to whatever strain that I had. And I was.
You should definitely get the antibodies test once it's available.
You're right. And I actually did go get tested, and it was negative. But I was already home.
But you could have already shed the virus and be negative. But once you have the antibodies, then you will know and all that kind of stuff. Listen, Kevin, it's getting really the governor sounded very sobering today.
Yeah, no, I watched it too. And then I have 3 friends who tested positive. One is a nurse. Dear sweetheart friends, 70-year-old couple. She could barely talk in the phone this evening. I went and brought some Gatorade and some lemon bars from the grocery store. And her husband, they have an adult son who really can't really do anything for him. But so thank God she's got friends in the neighborhood who are gonna bring them food and take care of them. But it's just we'll drop stuff off at the door. And that's what we do here for people that we love. And but if she can stay home.
Here's the weird thing. We're all about being around each other and helping each other. You need to stay your butt home, and if you want to help somebody, you need to get on your Uber Eats and order them a delivery.
Well, no, I mean, no. When I just like bringing it over, I brought it to the screen porch and left it there. I didn't go.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
No, that's what we're all going to do.
Good. And listen, I think about those Uber drivers, Kevin, because not that I want them to be, but like when I order food, they drop it at my door and they leave. They just knock and go. So I never see it. And I pick the bag up with some gloves, and I wipe it down, and
absolutely. I live across the street from a Latin restaurant, and they bring me margaritas and food. They said, okay, I can just text them. I don't even have to do Uber Eats. I live literally across the street, and they just carry it over.
Oh my Lord. Well, I'm glad you updated us. I got to call it a night soon, so I'm glad we got you in.
Yeah, definitely. But boy, and I'm thinking of actually rejoining the workforce to help with this hospital system as a liaison with these people that can't communicate with their family because they're on event. So I'm
you should that would be really, really good. Oh, I love that. Communicate. Oh, I love that. Someone who could be a conduit between. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I had.
Hey, in the meantime, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Get a better Wi-Fi signal. Get a better Wi-Fi signal.
Shut up. Shut your ass. This is a good signal.
Get a better Wi-Fi signal. Listen, have a good night. I'm glad you came back in.
You too. Good talking to you. Be careful.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so y'all are sending me mixed messages. So did I get on at 10:18 or did I get on at 9:08? Or did I get on at 9:18 or 9:08? I think we're pretty much done, right? I really think I'm running out here. Let's see if we can bring one more person in. I'm afraid it's going to cut them off. I don't want to be rude, but I'm afraid it's going to cut them off. Maybe I did get on at 9:18 because one of you said 10 more minutes. Okay, so it was 9:18. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Dr. Carmen looks like she's 9:17. Okay, noted. Noted. Let's see.
Oh my God. Hi, David. Hi, David.
Well, hello. What are your names?
I'm Gina, and this is my mom.
I'm Milda. I think you talked to my sister Maria earlier.
Maybe I did. Where are y'all located?
Suburbs of Chicago.
The suburbs of Chicago. Okay, so tell me about mom and daughter new normal.
We're pretty close, so I have to say I feel like we're probably one of the few mom and daughters that we haven't fought too much. We've been spending lots of time together, watching lots of news. I started my online classes yesterday.
Okay.
I'm lucky that I go to a city school, so I'm not like in a different time zone, so I don't have to get up at any weird hours to get onto my Zoom classes. But that's definitely been a learning curve. I've been on camera more than Chris Cuomo today.
David Begnaud. How are you gonna do that?
David Begnaud. Yeah, I've been on camera so much today, and I'm like, oh, okay, ending my day with David Begnaud. This is nice. Yeah, and we are. You want to talk about Puerto Rico? We're Puerto Rican.
We have family in Puerto Rico. We have family in Italy. We've been kind of ahead in preparing because all of our relatives in Italy have been going through it sooner. So we didn't do the grocery, the sudden purchases. We have been going along, getting our canned goods, our pastas, because we knew it was coming. So it was good and it was bad. People they were looking at us funny. What are you preparing for? But we knew we were kind of ahead of the curve. What else? My husband's a physician. So the 17th, he went into work. He works with the elderly in a nursing home, and he came into contact with one. So that kind of stopped. He couldn't go back anymore. He was protected. He was wearing a mask, a gown, and gloves. So we're in day what?
I think we're past the 2-week mark, but still just
17th.
Staying home. We have nothing else to do. I mean, school. But.
So working from home, my son is doing e-learning. She's doing e-learning also, DePaul University. She's a sophomore history and
yeah, I'm studying history and Italian language and literature. So history, it sounds like I'm living in the past, but I try to keep up with current events, and so it's kind of interesting and horrifying to live through a huge piece of history, but it's comforting to call back to, you know, what people were doing in the Middle Ages during the bubonic plague. There was a lot of people that were praying and a lot of people that were, you know, just trying to get through, I guess, like through worship, because like
history is so important because it gives you context. So that
Exactly.
when someone says to you, "Oh, it's never been this bad before,"
yeah,
you can say to them, "Well, so there was you know, I will tell you this story before I say goodnight. I ran into a woman who was not happy with how things are politically, and she was letting me know. And she said, 'But David,' one of my elders looked at me and said, 'Honey, if you think it's terrible now, let me take you back to when blacks couldn't marry whites. Let me take you back to before the Civil Rights Act. Let me take you back,' you know, and it doesn't mean, that's not to diminish someone's opinion, but I think history provides an important context, and context is key to everything. Because without context, it's very easy to get very scared. But when you put things in context, it sort of balances it out, right? Makes it a little bit easier to understand. So history I love, but you lost me at Italian literature. You are way smarter than me.
Oh, no. But yes, history, I think it's definitely something that people ignore, but it helps also to look at strong leaders in the past.
I agree.
Emulate what they did, you know, and try to stay away from the leaders that we don't want to emulate.
Fair. Well, so what's the family name? What's the last name?
Pieri.
Perry.
Pieri.
Sorry.
Oh, Pieri.
Pieri.
P-I-E-R. We're like twins. We finish each other's sentences.
Well, it's nice to hear from the Pieri family. Nice to meet you both.
It's nice to meet you,
David.
too. We love you.
We love you.
Thank you. And have he's sleeping. I'm about to go get him up so he can potty, and then we can both go to bed.
Aww.
So have a wonderful night.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Good night. Oh, I love this. So we'll end on the mom and daughter duo as I bid you a very good night, and I'll see you tomorrow on CBS This Morning.